What's up, Sassy Gamers, here at PAX East 2024, and I'm hanging out with Jimmy from Studio Kumiho, checking out Cricket, Jay's really peculiar
Game.
game.
There you go.
Jay's really peculiar game. Or just Cricket JRPG. Anyway, PAX East 2024 has a new little bit of update. You want to tell me about it?
Mainly, so there's a lot of carryover from the PAX West demo,
Okay.
where we added the hard mode and all that. But PAX East demo has UX, UI improvements, new moves, but largely same story content because we want to refine the systems that are there now and really solidifying, because we announced our release date, which is August 15th, 2024. So look forward to it, and please pay me money.
I mean, eventually,
Sorry.
yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I am not a serious person.
So tell me about the combat system. I saw that you guys have done, you said the UI updates.
Yeah.
Has that changed a little bit since the last build that I played?
Yes. So mainly making the timed hit mechanics more clear, when the player needs to hit buttons and all that stuff. I like the old menu, but anyway, the new one's more clear. And also the time meter has a bunch of new icons and a bunch of new hints to let the player know, hey, you can do this at this moment.
Right.
You should use me. I am a mechanic.
Yeah,
I am critical to the game.
Yeah.
Like,
And then the start menu I saw has the Nokia phone, or the old style phone.
it's not a Nokia.
It's not a Nokia.
I'll get sued.
So I saw little improvements like that.
Yeah.
And then I know with this build, you had the original tutorial build that people could get to be able to play through,
Yep.
understand like the basics of the beginning of the game.
Yep.
And then you have a newer build, which you had here, which is a little harder, but it has a little more of like the characters unlocked,
Yep.
the abilities.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about some of the new abilities?
Mainly just more team attacks, because we've been drafting up so many team attacks. There's so many combinations of characters that can happen in the game. There's 6 playable characters, right? So each pairing needs a duo attack, and then each trio needs a trio attack. And so we've been drafting those up. Some of them are done and are in the new build, and some of them are still being developed. They're all cleaned up. They're just got to color them in and test them.
So one of the unique things that I know is that you guys are working on voice actors right now.
Yes.
And I noticed that it's a very important thing for you guys to kind of represent the voice actor represents the actual character. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that, how that works?
Yes, we believe in authentic casting. So if a character is, for example, non-binary, we try to find people from the community who are non-binary who can accurately voice our character and give it a feeling of authenticity to it. Also, just representation is very, very important. That is a firm belief I've had for a very long time. So
yeah, and I think that resonates really well since the game is basically a kid, going through life with his mom, which I don't want to get too into the story, spoiler stuff.
Yeah.
But it is kind of that, growing up, and there are things that are different. People are different. People act different.
Yes.
And you're kind of learning that going along the way.
Yeah, right. And the world is there are people who have different viewpoints from yourself, and when you first meet it, you might consider it strange, but there's a beauty in strange, in the different, right? And learning to embrace other people's differences, right? It's and you learn the world is, as I said before, strange, but it's a wonderful place. Yeah. And I hope people realize that through this game, as I just realized that person got KO'd. Anyway.
So for those who haven't actually heard about Cricket before, tell me a little bit about the description about what is Cricket.
So Cricket is a JRPG, so turn-based JRPG about a young boy going on a journey with his friends to the moon to try and bring his mom back to life. And along the way, there are laughs, there are tears, a lot of childhood antics, and a lot of whatever's coming out of this noodle of mine, this fleshy bit.
Spoiler right there, like, as soon as you start the game, that's basically what happens. So.
I mean, we make it no secret.
Yeah, it's not a secret. But no, it's an interesting concept. And the thing is, we've been talking to you for a while as this game progress has been happening. And I know that you started off by yourself. And then that progression has kind of changed into having a few people.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit that journey of where you were and kind of how we got here.
So originally I wrote a game engine to keep my skills sharp. And then at some point I was like, oh yeah, this is good enough to make a game in. And so I started, and I was like, I love JRPGs, and I've been milling about making a story that was based on my own life, but trying to send a positive message to folks about loss and loneliness and how friendship gets you out of that. And then as I was working on the engine and working on Cricket, I was going to be a pixel art game. It was going to be way smaller. I mean, funny how things turn out.
Yeah.
And then
Definitely not a pixel art game. Definitely not small. Yep.
no. Funny how these things turn out. And then, a friend came to me with the idea for a sound plan. We made that while I was working on Cricket on the side. And that did well. We launched the game on the Switch and on PC. It came out wonderful. And towards the end of that development, or in the middle of that development, we hired our first external hire. Someone who, they were a friend of a friend, who was our animator.
Okay.
And she changed everything for the better.
Right.
But
okay.
she changed everything, and then it was well, we only can get bigger from here. So
so it's kind of like that same friendship thing, growing your friendship, making you better.
Yeah, making me better. Yeah, I've grown a lot over the course of this project. And then after a while, we built that initial demo that you played a long time ago. And we shopped that around to publishers because we're like, there's no way we can finish this on our own.
Right, and you've been saying that for a while. We've been talking. You're like, yeah, not yet. We're talking. Something soon.
Yeah, there was always a lot of nibbles and some bites, and then contract on the table, and then.
But then also, picking something that works well and speaks well for you as well. Yeah. It's not like it's always two-sided. It's not necessarily like you're going to go with the first thing.
Yes, and remember, negotiations. It's always a two-way street. All right. So remember that.
Another Jimmy.
Yeah. Right. Another little fun fact, a little bit of advice, right? But yeah, and so when we talked with PM Studios, contract on the table, everything, and I met with Thomas and Mike and others, and they just got the game. They understood where I was going, what I needed, and how we were going to get there. Awesome. And it was and the terms were more than fair, and it was no, this is easy. This is an easy sign, and now here we are. Yep.
So that's really cool. I mean, obviously, you're at PAX, you're on the show floor, and I'm sure you could do this without a publisher. There's plenty of other developers here that have, literally, I've talked to developers. They don't even have a booth. They're just here kind of shopping their game around. But, But it's the visibility and it's the name behind PM Studios and having, your relationship with other developers and having that network. So, I mean, I'm proud of you. Here we are. So. Again, August 15th.
August 15th.
So,
thank you all, Sassy Gamers, for for paying attention, following the development, being there the whole time.
Sure.
I don't know. Fun story yesterday was I went to the lobby because I was waiting for a panel to happen, and some folks who had been following the game since PAX 2021.
Oh wow! Okay.
And our first big public demo, came up and they were like, "Oh man, I can't wait for the game to come out!" And it was a circle of people at one point.
Wow.
And they were just we're supporting you. I want it's gonna buy the game, and I just was okay, my mom taught me this when I was a kid. All right, thank you, thank you. Right, awesome. My mom, I'm half Korean for everyone who doesn't know. Anyway, so my mom would always shake my head like that. So had a honest to goodness bow for the first time in a long time. So
that's awesome.
It's humbling.
For sure.
Yeah. So thank you as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So those who are watching, how do we find out more about the game if they want to check it out?
Oh yes, definitely visit the Steam page for Cricket, Jay's Really Peculiar Game. If you do Cricket Space J, it'll be the first thing you'll see. There's a bunch of cricket games. That's a sport. Apparently,
different kind of cricket
across the pond, from what I hear.
There's also chirping crickets.
Oh yeah, so. No, those aren't real. Anyway, but don't make stuff up, Mike. Anyway, but yes, you can find us on Steam. A wish list helps a ton. Helps Gabe Newell love me for about 5 seconds, and those 5 seconds will be really nice. But and then also. On our socials, Studio Kumiho on everything: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Threads.
And if you like corgis, or what's the actual?
Wow, a corgi! Wow, he's a Shiba.
It's a Shiba.
He's a Shiba.
If you like Shibas,
if you like Shibas,
they're super cute. Yeah. It's the studio's logo. I mean,
it's my mascot. Dog. His name's Daigo, and I love him.
So good. Anyway,
except when he's not trying to kill people. I'm kidding. He's not a murderer.
He hasn't killed anybody that we know of yet.
Well, I'm gonna find out when I get back tomorrow. So.
Yes, you have been away.
Yeah, I've been away for a little while, You
may want to be careful. You may want to call back home, make sure that you're not getting a warrant out for your arrest.
Smoldering ruin. There's nothing left. I'll know what happened.
So what about platforms? Any other platforms this is coming to?
I can confirm PC for sure. Others are in the picture, but I cannot confirm or deny any.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure finally getting to meet you and
Yeah,
actually get to
in
talk to you for a
person,
little bit
yeah.
about the game. So appreciate it. I hope you had a good PAX, and we'll talk to you next time.
Oh yeah, it was awful. Okay, no, it was amazing. Thank you everyone who played. Thank you for all the coverage. Thank you everybody. I really appreciate it. Everything. Like I try to remember faces as much as possible. Like, you know, every interaction is important to me. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, take care, dude.
Yeah.